For this list, we're counting down some of the strongest non-devil fruit users in One Piece. From legendary characters like Gold D. Roger to famed liar Straw Hat crew members like Zoro and Sanji, these characters prove that while devil fruits might be cool, they're far from necessary. Number 1. According to Oda, Ben Beckman has the highest IQ in all of One Piece. He applies his formidable brain to supporting Shanks as the first mate of the Red Hair Pirates. He usually carries a flintlock rifle, but prefers to beat people with it as opposed to actually firing the thing. Number 2. Kojiki Odin has served a number of important roles, including being part of the Whitebeard and Roger pirate crews, and being the daimyo of Kuri. As is befitting of someone in these honorable roles, he has a long list of impressive abilities. These include a personal variation of the two-sword style called Odin Naitoryu, mastery over 2 forms of haki, immense strength that manifested in his infancy, and the ability to read poneglyphs. Number 3. When he first shows up, Sanji seems to be little more than an exceptionally talented cook, but there's a lot going on beneath the surface. With help from Zeph, he created his own martial art called Black Leg Style. He also developed a technique called Diable Jammel that involves heating up his leg and spinning it rapidly in a flying kick. He can use haki in a variety of creative ways, and is an excellent swordsman, though not better than Zoro. When he gets his raid suit, he can even become invisible. For these and other reasons, he's an indispensable member of the Straw Hat crew. Number 4. Ever since he was a child, Zoro has been honing his skills as a swordsman. Though he typically fights with 3 swords, he's capable of using 2, 1, or even 9 by using spiritual projection techniques. He's capable of making extremely precise cuts, slicing through steel, and taking down multiple opponents simultaneously. He willingly fights with a cursed sword, because he's just that much of a badass. Oh, and he can use all 3 forms of haki. His only major weakness is that he's constantly getting lost. Luckily he's in the same pirate crew as an expert navigator like Nami. Number 5. Not much is known about Rox D. Xebeck's specific abilities. What is known is that he was the captain of the Rox Pirates, one of the most formidable pirate crews in history. It's also known that it took Gold D. Roger and Monkey D. Garp to defeat him, and that this defeat is what catapulted Garp to fame. Kaido named Xebeck as one of the only people who might be capable of taking him on. Whatever his actual abilities, it's clear that he's at the top of the heap. Number 6. Both a member of the 7 warlords and the one who earned the moniker of strongest swordsman in the world, Dracul Mihawk is the standard by which other swordsmen are measured. Using everything from a tiny dagger to his signature sword Yoru, he can take out whole pirate fleets and stand his ground against even the most dangerous of foes. He not only showed Zoro how much further he had to go to become a true master, he also trained him and passed along many of his abilities. Number 7. Once the first mate of the Roger Pirates, Silver's Rayleigh is now a retired pirate who spends his days as a coding mechanic. But just because he's retired doesn't mean he's gone soft, he's still as strong as he ever was. He's responsible for teaching Luffy how to use haki, so as you might imagine he's a haki master himself. He boasts incredible speed, strength, and stamina that lets him do things like throw bullets, destroy cannonballs, and slay multiple sea kings while swimming long distance. Number 8. Monkey D. Garp is one of the only pirates thought to be on par with Gold D. Roger, and in fact the two of them have been through a number of dangerous battles together. Known as Garp the Fist, he tends to fight with superpowered punches, or by throwing cannonballs as if they were baseballs. He can also imbue his punches with haki, a move that can bypass even Luffy's rubbery body. The fact that he's getting on in years doesn't slow him down a bit. Number 9. Shanks is one of the 4 Yonko, which means that he's recognized as one of the 4 strongest pirates in the modern world. But since he's only rarely seen in combat, the full extent of his power is still unknown. Here's what we do know. He's mastered all 3 forms of haki, and fights with a sword called Griffin. His endurance is through the roof, as he manages to handle having his arm bitten off, and withstand Akainu's magma fist. He's a master of stealth, incredibly fast, and an excellent swimmer. He'd have to give that last one up if he did ever decide to eat a devil fruit. Number 10. As the legendary Pirate King, Gold D. Roger is considered to be one of the strongest people in the One Piece universe. He not only conquered the Grand Line, he's responsible for ushering in the Golden Age of piracy. He did that through a combination of swordsmanship, multiple forms of haki, incredible physical strength, and the ability to hear the voice of all things. Even as his body was breaking down from an incurable terminal illness, he still managed to hold his own against even the toughest of opponents. With power like that, who needs a devil fruit? Do you agree with our lists, or did we miss something? Write it down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe.